It's always beautiful to look outside a country and ground ourselves in country, to be inspired by First Nations to do that, but also in an environmental sense to remind ourselves how precious our environment is in everything that we do. I am moved to be here because ACTCOSS's work is fundamental to a notion of active citizenship and an inclusive citizenship. And so I'm choosing both climate action and First Nations recognition as the framework for my pitch, but also recognising that all of the other areas will be greatly improved if we had 4 senators representing the ACT, to be guaranteed that we would always have more than the major parties representing us in the Senate. Thank you. For a fair, fast and inclusive climate action, inclusive is the key word, and that is why I proposed a climate compact to take the negotiation outside of Parliament, where we've seen decades-long bitter partisan politics undermining the future of our humanity by not being able to agree over how we move forward on climate action. Based on the 1983 National Economic Summit and the Prices and Incomes Accord, which was able to take the negotiation outside of Parliament, bring all stakeholders together, reach a negotiated outcome that is inclusive of everybody. And it's based on the Australian Climate Roundtable, which has already started because federal government hasn't acted yet at this stage, amplifying it to include First Nations Australians, to include ACTCOSS community members. That is a way that we can get to a negotiated outcome that is as inclusive as possible, where no one is left behind, and that we move forward to take it then back into Parliament. And my proposal is that that negotiation needs to be complete by the end of this year so that the legislation and budget can follow. My second pitch will be not covered, but is in relation to First Nations and links to active citizenship, where First Nations Australians have inspired us to go back to the Constitution, which we should all be doing to make sure that we mature as a nation. Is something that has, I guess, been part of my experience in Canberra since I moved here in 2006, which is that we have a really active and engaged community where individuals are looking out for one another and are very involved in community activity. When I first arrived, my kids were 7 and 5, so school communities became a framework. But I also got quite involved with the ACT Jewish community, and through that, the multicultural community here in Canberra. And then, of course, my university work has always enabled me to meet with a range of people through the university sector and students. But I think the thing that's most profound for me today is just about the opportunities that active citizenship enables all of us to feel affirmed in the lead up here to an election, in terms of this true engagement with the ideas and what your representatives can do for you, and what I would feel humbled to do on your behalf as a representative. But also the importance of the time, as Auntie Violet said, in between, about the role of a representative engaging with the community. And this round table framework, I think, was very enlightened, inspired as a way to model what I hope to be able to continue to do over the next 3 years, to sit down and engage and benefit from the expertise that is clearly in this room, to add it to my own expertise in terms of, and really from day one when we sit as a new Parliament, because of the ACT senators get 3 years, we start on the first day of Parliament, the states have to wait till the 1st of July, to be on the ground and moving with you to make this region a more secure one for all Canberrans, a socially inclusive one, and one that affirms the dignity of every human being. Thank you.